Hey Village Church, Pastor Eric here, and I'm with Pastor Mark, and we have some exciting news for you. On September 7th, we're launching our fall series, and I just want to spend some time interviewing Mark here about this series. So, Mark, tell us about the fall.
Yeah, we are very excited to be launching the series called The Great Debate this fall. And we as a church have tended to, up to this point, and want to continue to, really engage ideas or constantly be speaking into, there's a marketplace of ideas out there. All kinds of people have different philosophies and worldviews and religions and ideas about God and salvation and the afterlife and humankind. And, all of these questions that we have, all of us have answers to in different ways. And religions and people throughout history have had different answers to these. So what we wanted to do is in the Great Debate is say, what does Jesus have to say to all of these different worldviews, all of these different religions about God?
Now, tell me, some of these worldviews, this can seem very academic, or with regards to religion, it can seem ancient even.
Yeah.
So how is this relevant to us today? I noticed what we're going to do in this series is to pick 6 different modern figures who represent ideas. Could you tell us more about that?
Yeah. Basically, when it comes to different worldviews or different religions, there are kind of popular people, modern people, or people who might have just passed away maybe in the last 100 years or so, where they represent the different views that we're going to be talking about. So Richard Dawkins, for instance, is a guy who's very popular today, and he represents naturalism.
Yeah.
What would Jesus in conversation with Richard Dawkins be like? What would Jesus in conversation with Gandhi be like? What would Jesus in conversation with Oprah be like? Or one of the ones that we're going to look at in the week of pantheism, what would Jesus in conversation with Steve Jobs be like? A guy who really had pantheistic ideas about achievement and spirituality, and of course he practiced Zen Buddhism. And so what would Jesus say to him about God, salvation, the afterlife? So many people in our culture believe a lot of these things and follow a lot of these figures. We have one week that talks about theism, or the idea that God exists, and that week is represented by the Pope, because the Pope, of course, is a very popular figure. And he represents a people group that really, they believe in God. But what would Jesus have to say to people who actually believe in God? Meaning, would he just say, okay, cool, you believe in God, you're of a particular religion, whether it's Judaism or Islam or Christianity even, you say you believe in God, but let me kind of push at that a little. Let's talk about what you even mean when you say God, and let's see if I agree with you.
Yeah. So we take all these ideas, and it seems like a lot to take in, a lot of conversations here, a lot to learn. Who is this series for? I know for us, we both come from skeptical backgrounds, just unsure about what the church, believes. And we really had to wrestle with a lot of these conversations. And can you tell us, who else might enjoy this series?
Yeah, I think people like that. You coming from skeptical background, not coming to Christ until later in life, myself the same. So people like that who are just like, man, I'm out there exploring the marketplace of ideas. I don't really know what I believe, but I'm going to come and hear out what Jesus would say to me. I think Christians, long-time Christians, are going to be able to almost feel like they're getting a course in world religions. It's going to be like, hey, here's really what these religions believe, and here's how Jesus speaks into them. And then for people who are part of those religions, who would want to come and say, I might have heard in my different religious communities what Christianity teaches on a particular subject, but I want to actually come and hear someone explain it. And then one of the things that we're excited about as well, and why we're excited that we want everyone to invite people to this, is because people are going to have an opportunity to actually text in questions during the sermon that I'm going to be able to answer after each message. And so if they're sitting there saying, but what does so-and-so believe about this? Or what did Jesus mean when he, right there on the spot, I'll probably take about the last 5 to 10 minutes of every sermon and answer those text questions that have come in. So people can invite friends and family who are inquisitive and wondering about this, and they'll be able to actually ask their questions right in the spot.
Yeah.
So,
and we're actually going to, here in the studio, answer some of those questions during the week too. We know we won't have time to get to all of them on Sunday.
Yep.
And so we don't want to leave those hanging. We want to bring those during the week.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, wow. Mark, I'm excited about this series. Church, I hope you are excited about this series. We really want you to make an effort to invite as many people as you can. We believe that God is going to move through the series. He has a lot of things to say to you and to your friends. And so September 7th, we want you here with us. It's the great debate. We'll see you there.